check, mic check. We here. We live. What's up, guys? What's going on? Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the tardiness. I was having dinner. Gotta eat, bro. Gotta eat. Camera a little bit. So, guys, welcome. For a couple minutes. Welcome to the stream. Make sure to hit that like button. All right, so let's start this party, guys. So welcome, 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 welcome to Vice Trading's Academy's live isolation live session. So guys, just to give you a little brief intro, like always, what do we do here? What we do here in this live is we're going to go over these 9 pairs on the right hand side, excluding XRP and Euro JPY. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna look for a potential setup that will be setting up for us to take during the London New York session, right? So that's what we do here. We're gonna look for potential setups, right, or pairs that are setting up, right, for a trading plan. And like always, in order to take advantage of the full spectrum of how we do things, we also have a live trading room Monday through Fridays at 7 a.m. Eastern, where we take these trades in a live setting. So you guys get to see how the execution is also done, not just set aside the pair that is setting up, right? Because we look for pairs that are going with the trend, making sure that they're not in consolidation zones or going against the trend. We wait for the moment to strike. The trend is your friend. We have to wait for those things to line up. So that's what we do. And we also have a Sunday live, well, a Sunday market breakdown Sundays at 9 a.m. Eastern. So yeah, so those 3 classes. Check the link. Um, the links to the Discord to join the Discord is in the description, but also in the chat. And that's it. Let's get this party started. I'm kind of late already. So AU. So looking at AU again, yesterday's projection, right? Because remember, this is all about projections, right? Points of interest. Yesterday, our point of interest, we had it all here. We were waiting for price to pull back to the previous lower low, to retest that lower low, to then continue the trend, right? So what did we have? What do we get on today's trading day? We got just that. Excuse me. Excuse me. So what we were looking for, price to retest where it broke structure, right? To look for an opportunity to the downside. And that's exactly what I did, right? Take a look, right? Getting all these higher highs, higher lows, reached our target or point of interest. My alert was set on. I got the alert, right? I think we got the alert during the class yesterday, right? We were waiting for everything else to happen, right? We waited for price to reach the target, go over the trading conditions. Once we have a target, we have identified it in the higher time frame, we identified the target. We need to identify 3 pushes to the target. 1, 2, 3 highs, right? After third high, we need to see an anchor. In this situation, it's information, right? Price to give me an information. There's different variations to anchors. It could be just a shape. It could be an M. It could be multiple hits. There's different types of anchors, but just the traditional ones that you hear everywhere is M bottoms. I mean M tops and W bottoms, right? So this is an M top on a 5-minute chart. Keep that in mind. We're waiting for price to do 2 things. Speak about it. The highest probability trades are when you get a change of character and a break of structure. And on that breaker structure retest is where you take your trade. That's what I tell you guys all the time, right? So here it is in action, right? Our first opportunity would have been if we would have saw an engulfing candles that clears with no wick, leaving no wick behind, right? No liquidity for price to come back to, right? And we didn't get that, right? So we didn't have that, right? Second thing, identify my flip zone, right? Where is my flip zone, right? Technically, my flip zone is here, right? It's lower, right? Than usually it will be, right? But it's lower here, right? Confirm the pullback to the flip zone, right? Price went, sub candle, price went, broke out of the flip zone here, right? Price came back, pulled back, wick that doesn't break it, and that's where your entry's at, right? I didn't enter there. I enter in the breaker structure retest, right? Um this I have different entry criteria. These are two entry criteria, right? These are two trade checklist what I need to see, right? The first thing definitely I need to see the one on the top, right? Then we also have after the breaker structure, after the change of character comes a breaker structure. After the breaker structure comes a breaker structure retest. That's a point of entry also. Then we also have the break of the flip zone and the retest of the flip zone, right? I only got in once because it was not a lot of you know, pips left anyway. So I got in, got out. Price got me at 4:30 in the morning. So I was up trading and playing Call of Duty. So that's what I did. So basically, again, setup that was spoken of yesterday. We broke this down like a fraction. We, we drew the market structure with the behavior, right? And we still have other opportunities pending. So when it comes to AU, I'm still going to be looking at it. We also had a countered 3 days of rise, so we knew we was going to get a new high and then a drop. So everything lined up, right? Everything was lined. There was so many confluences, right? We could go from top to bottom, right? When we speak about confluences, again, trading is about probabilities. I'm gonna go over that, Kendall, right now. So trading is about probabilities. Your job is to get the probabilities into your favor. Break and retest of higher low. Now I'm with lower low. I'll go over it right now. Let's talk about the confluences on the trades, right? Just like right now, you're asking me, what will be my next point of interest, right? When price needs to, respect and bounce from. We're gonna go over that, right? But let's talk about confluences because it's not just about lines. It's not about where price is going to hit and take a trade because the price hit this. No, you have to build the case. There have to be multiple confluences on why. The more confluences you have, the higher the probability that you're going to be correct, right? And the name of this game is to get the probabilities as high as possible into your favor to avoid these losing trades of maybe I was going to win, maybe I'm going to lose, right? So it's about getting them as high as possible. So let's talk about probabilities. The first thing is I'm in an A1, meaning I'm in the second zone of consolidation heading down, right? Now I need to build my case of that price market structure is in that direction. Overall, my daily market structure is down, right? When we look and we're trading between this high and this low, we haven't we haven't broken above this high to say the price changed to the top side, right? And the continuation will be when it breaks below this low. But right now we still low overall. 4 hour market structure next. So that's two things showing me down. 4 hour market structure, right? We're creating lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. What, the camera's blurry? See, that's the camera to disconnect it. 1 second. Let me see. Should be back on now. Hold on. All right, here we go. Thank you. So yeah, so all right. So again, confluences. Now my 4 hour. Where's my 4 hour structures telling me? My 4 hour is down. So I have A2, my daily is down, and my 4 hour is down. That's three confluences so far, right? That's three things that's letting me know I'm good to trade to the downside, right? Next thing I want to see is my 30-minute time frame, right? So what's my 30-minute telling me, right? We're looking at our 30-minute zone. What zone are we trading in a 30-minute? Between this high and this low. Prior to that, right, we lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Anything between this high and this low is internal structure, right? So my 30-minute is also down. That's four confluences, right? The next confluence is I'm trading market structure after on the 4 hour time frame after we make a new low, right? Make a new low, which is here, which is what's here. What we looking for? Price to retrace and retest the previous what? Where we broke structure at, which is the previous lower low. So we're waiting for price to come back here. Price came back and touched it. Five confluences, right? We have five right now. After I get my five confluences, I'm hopping on the lower time frame to look for my entry, right? Number one, do I see three pushes into my target, right? We have my target already. Yes, I have three pushes to my target. That's six confluences. Can I identify an anchor? Yes, I can. Seven confluences, right? Wicks either doesn't clear the zone. No, we don't see that. Okay, perfect. That's one setup. No, I don't see that. Another, do I have a change of character and a break of structure retest? Seven confluences, right? Seven confluences. That's why I executed that trade. The seven confluences there, right? On top of market structure holding lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high on the lower time frame. And notice I didn't take it on the first tap. I took it on the second tap when I saw momentum heading back to the bottom in that red candle, right? Tapped it, didn't break it. Momentum started going down. The close of that red candle, that's when I got in. So notice how many different confluences I have to take a trade, not just touch the area I'm taking a trade. If it was that easy, everyone would take trades off lines. Right? It's not that easy. You have to build a case. You have to have as many confluences as possible, right? And another confluence I'm going to add to that, we had a previous 372 counter trend, 3 days of rise. We got the high of the day, and then we started to push down, right? There was a lot of things going on there, guys. So keep that in mind. The more confluences you have, the better the outcome of your trade. It's just that simple. All right, so let's continue now. So now we're looking for today's opportunity, right? So we got this update the structure. Have this go back to the high, didn't break, tested, pushed down, and came back, right? Now, my targets will practically stay the same. I wouldn't change my targets at this moment, right? Because we're still trading off the zone, the top of the zone. We're looking like we're heading back to the top of the zone, right? So anywhere around here to here, the move could happen, which is what? I need to identify. Same thing. We go back to the same thing. Three pushes to my target. Here's target number one. Here's target number two. Three pushes, right? I need to wait for price to anchor, right? If the price anchored, then it pull away from the anchor. Yes. Two other things. Pulled away, engulfing candle with no wick. Yes, that will be an entry. Okay, didn't do that. Next type of entry. Identify where you have the change of structure, and then you need a break of the change of character. Then you need a break of structure. After the break of structure, you need to wait for that retest and momentum to start heading back to the bottom. Second checklist I'll have for entry. My last one is my flip zone. Confirm the break of the flip zone, then the retest. The retest is with a wick and does not break it. I have three different possibilities of entering the trade. Right now, we still in my zone. We still testing, we could still be retesting the 4-hour market structure, right? We have that 4-hour market structure and we have this low also, right? Which is for the 30 minute. We have this lower low, lower high, lower low for the 30 minutes. All this right here is just testing the low. None of this broke the 30-minute low, right? So the breaker structure retest for the 30-minute was here, the 4-hour is here, right? We already tested the 4-hour. We could probably test the 30-minute before the continuation. So that's why I say that it could be here or here, and my alerts will still stay the same. I wouldn't change them. I want them to get on. Alert save on. So either here or here, I'm still going to be waiting for it around there, the BOS retest. So I hope that makes sense. Then we also could potentially trade the continuation from here, but I wouldn't even do that because that's already 29 pips out of a safe take profit of 40 pips. So I wouldn't go in for those 10 pips. Risk 5 pips to 6 pips, 5 to 8 pips for 10 pips. I need at least a 2 to 1, right? So that being said, that's where we at, Kendall. Hope that makes sense. And the reasons why. We still could retest the 4-hour or we could retest the 30 minutes. So we have two different targets right here. Once it reaches the target, we hop on to the lower time frames and confirm everything else we need to confirm for our entries. So these are our points of interest. So that's what we're going to be looking for. Any questions? Make sense? All right, cool. Any questions, feel free to ask me. So this stays making this blue. Why not green? Because green is when we have a counter or a 372. 2 weeks, consecutive 2 weeks, consecutive 2 days, so consecutive 2 months, right? So now, usually, right, a variation. After a rise drop comes a rise. So today, we could just hit to the top and then end higher, right? So keep that in mind. After 3 days of rise, if the third day variation is rise drop, the fourth day could give us a rise because it's a rise drop rise. So keep that in mind. So you have to wait for those layers of confirmation. Highly recommend for it to be a change of character and a break of structure retest, right? That's going to give you the best security. It's going to best secure that you are on the winning side of that trade, right? I wouldn't take it off the top. I wouldn't take it off a change of character off the top. I would wait for a change of character and a break of structure retest on a 5-minute chart. Keep that in mind. So EURCAD yesterday gave us a day of drop. Now we have a counter 372, right? Going counter trend. But overall, we are expecting that. Why? Because we had a previous 2 weeks of drop. So we expecting this week to give us a new low, right? This was the expectation. This is why I'm not trading EURCAD or EURUSD or GU and I believe that's it. These are the ones that are giving us 2 weeks of drop. EURCAD, I'm looking at my board. EURCAD, EURUSD, and GU. Those are the ones with 2 weeks. And I'm expecting a new low for the week before that turnaround to the top side. So with that being said, there's no new low for the week just made just yet. We need it to close below here. We haven't had a clear, well, this one closed. We want a better candle closure, right? We got a previous 2 days. So with that being said, what happened in AU could happen on EURCAD today, which is we slightly make a new low, right? Our target is the low of the 4-hour chart, that zone, to then push back to the top. So that's the expectation, right? This trade, am I going to be looking for a point of interest? No. Why? Because my 4-hour is down and my 30-minute is still down. We haven't had any change of direction in the 30-minute that was up. But we can say is we broke structure, we broke the zone, not structure, we broke the zone. Where did the push start that broke the zone, that broke this out? Was from up here. So I could start moving that in. Right? So we're waiting for price to turn around. We still have these lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. lower high, we're waiting for it to change. Give me a change of character to the top side, right? So let's wait on this. AU is still looking good, right? Euro USD. Yesterday we had a day of drop, right? What's the expectation for the week? The week to end lower than it started, right? A new low, to make a new low. So we need price to close below here, right? We're waiting for that to happen. So until that doesn't happen, there's no trade. We want price to turn around, give me a change in the 30-minute chart so I know we heading up. We still heading down. And the overall market makers pattern is up. GJ. So GJ targets yesterday, right? We had price to come target here or target here, right? Which is the 30-minute BOS, right? Retest and the 4-hour BOS, mostly the higher time frame. So when we look at the 4-hour, let's take a look at what happened. So always for it to break, we need two things. Price to break above, the next candle can touch and has to close above, right? This is up for debate, right? I personally do not use this candlestick pattern here as a confirmation. I want a clear confirmation with a momentum candle, a candle that shows a clear close above, right? I don't trust this candle, right? So I will eliminate this candle and will use this candle as my confirmation, the third candle. So it wouldn't be just this, it would be this, right? Now, arguably, we could argue also that this one closed above. This is the confirmation candle, which means that price did not touch and also close above the previous candle. This will be a confirmed break. So did it change to the top side? Did we break above the line? Yes, we broke above. That doesn't mean that we changed direction just yet. We just broke above, right? We closed above. Now, here's where the confluences are happening. We had that, but we also had the 30-minute high, right? 30-minute high. We had a candle broke above the 30-minute zone, top of the zone. Then to know if we broke above, do we have a candle that A is not touching and B closed above? Yes. So did we break above? Yes, we did. So right now my 30-minute went back to being up. My 30 minutes up. Let's update it. Let me take off this. We got to break above. Right, so let me just do this for a second. How many pips is here? This is 106. We can consider that a pullback. So from there to there. That's a 30-minute pullback. All right, so we broke. Now let's start to gauge it again. Where did the push start that caused the break? Start from here. So we move our new 30-minute low to here. And we have a 30-minute high, a new one, which is up here. And I just want to say something, right? I'm making this as textbook as possible for everyone, right? Meaning, you know, I want to make sure the rules are so clear that we all understanding what's going on. So would I call this or break? Probably not, right? Because it's just a tab, right? But we're gonna keep the rules as crystal clear as possible, so there's no special occasions or nothing like that. We're gonna keep it as disciplined as possible without any variations, right? So without any variations, that's what I will keep. I will keep that, right? Now we broke up to the top side, right? Um, on GJ, right? We started to make higher highs, higher lows. Why? If we go over here, we have these lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower high, low, high, right? These are equal because it never broke. Then we have a lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high. So we do have a change in the 30-minute, right? Just want to make sure we on that. We got a change in the 30-minute and we got it here. Price changed to go above. Keep that there. Let me turn this off technically. Let's retest. Right? So now I want to wait for my price to turn around. I don't want to take any trades primarily anywhere in here, right? I don't want to do that. I want to wait for my price to start displaying market structure. Yeah, they're all conflicting. So when the you're right. So when the time frames are conflicting for me, right? It's just think about it. Why are they conflicting? The market maker's first objective is to cause confusion in your strategy to make you to think irrationally for you to open up a trade, right? Is to induce you to open up a trade, right? All this conflicting information could make you doubt whether you on the right side or you on the wrong side, and your greed will tell you you on the right side. Take a trade, right? Because this is how it works. It's psychological. Why are they doing this? Conflicting information for some people, make you believe that you can possibly be right. You wouldn't say, well, I can possibly be wrong. No, you're gonna trick yourself into taking the trade. I could possibly be right. I can't miss out. That's where FOMO comes in, fear of missing out. FOMO comes in, you're gonna take a trade, right? This is why these things line up this way, right? So with GJ, since there's mixed information, it's not all set information. We have down, we have up, we have down, we have up. That's very conflicting information, right? This is a pair that I will stand by on. I wouldn't take a trade. I need to stand by and wait for things to line up again. Now, just looking at this, right? It looks good for a sell, right? But I can't go what it looks like. I gotta go by what I can confirm, right? That's where the key comes in, right? Everything looks good. We have these higher highs, higher lows, higher high, lower low, lower low, lower high. Notice I retest, right? Where that change came, made a lower low, lower high, retest again, made a lower low, lower high, retest again, right? Everything's looking good. Market structure looks good for itself. But my overall analysis from a higher standpoint are all conflicting. That's why I can't trade it. All right. Retest the 4 hour break of structure. We understand the three different variation, right? If this is the structure, price could come above and then hit below, right? We know that price can touch, meaning over here. Price could have came to the 4 hour, touched and came down. Price could have come above and then go below, or price could have missed the mark and then continue to the bottom side. We know that. But all this moves also messed up our 30-minute market structure. So with that being said, I gotta step away. Yep. When you get confused on smaller time frame, you go up, right? But the smaller time frame for me, Kendall, it's 30 minutes. Anything below a 30-minute time frame is an entry time frame, right? When I'm looking for my entries. So my entries are based off here for the most part, right? This time frame and higher. So right now the entry for here would have been a 4-hour retest entry. Right? If we look at the 4-hour, let's take away the 30-minute. Let's take away the 30-minute market structure also. All right, let's just focus on the 4. Right? If we focus on the 4, right, price is giving us what we want to see. Price made the high, the low, the high, higher low, lower high, lower low. So price changed, right? So where will be where price we were expecting the target for price to come back, retest, and then continue was here, and it did it. One of the variations, the one that goes above and comes below, right? But this move changed our 30-minute bias to the top side now, right? But overall, the 4-hour looks good. This will be a trade like, okay, did it? The reason why I wouldn't take it because it broke it. It broke it, right? That second candle here, it's not touching and it closed above. So I can't, all right? There's a lot of conflicting information on GJ, right? And that's okay. It could stay like that. We got a lot of other opportunities, but that's correct. When you're confused, go to a higher time frame. And this is the highest time frame before the daily. And this is telling me that we broke above, right? We have a candle closure without touching, right? So this could potentially give us this high to give us a higher low to give us a higher high. So we go over here, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, right? Higher low to then higher high. So we just need to just wait for this to turn into our direction. Trust me, I want to trade that pair too. So GU. So coming to GU, what we expecting for the week, right? We have a previous 2 weeks of drop. We expecting a new low for the week, right? 30 minutes for us to start engaging. We want price to change character, to change above. Price came and tested that high and then went right back below. So right now we still don't have anything. Price is just trapped in this zone, consolidating, going up and down, with no clean sense of direction. All right, so let's see. See, this week we get that new low. Right. One thing's for sure is we're making slightly higher highs and we're closing, not the candles, the closures are higher as well. No valid break just yet. Correct. No valid break. But, it's showing higher. It's showing that market is turning around. Potentially could be turning around. Why? Again, we have higher lows closure, right? This closed here. No wick. If we take the wick away, we just look for the close, right? We're closing higher, right? Even here, we closed higher than this one. So we are making higher highs and higher lows slightly within this range. Once it breaks out of the range, then we're confirmed that we're higher, that we are making higher highs and higher lows. Right, let's see what this holds. Right, so GU still, I'm watching because we're waiting for that third week, right? But not really, participating. Here, I was so tired, I missed this trade. So same deal as AU, what we were waiting for. I didn't draw nothing on this one. We're waiting for the same thing. Higher time frame. Let's go through this one. This was a great trade, by the way. Right? I missed this. Right? So 4-hour. Take that away. 4-hour. What are we doing on the 4-hour? We're making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher low, high, higher low, higher high. So we got to break a structure here. So after break a structure comes what? After a run comes a pullback. After a break comes a pullback. The pullback is what we're looking for our trades, right? And where will be our target? Our point of interest was that 4-hour breaker structure, right? Waiting for price to come down to that. Price came down to that, right? Right? Gave it that counter 3 days of drop, Made a new low for the week. Boom. Right? Lovely setup. Right? 30 minutes. We got a perfect retest of the low, W. We're going to go into this now. 30-minute market structure. All right, my 30-minute is down. My 30-minute zone, trading between there and there. This low. Right? Right? So people arguably be like, okay, here it is, Mr. E. Some of you guys will make it this way. I wouldn't make it this way. Right? These are not significant pullbacks. This right here. Notice what a significant pullback looks like. Look how many pips are the pullbacks. Everywhere we look, a pullback. This is not enough. Right? So my pullback will rest up here. This will be what a pullback will look like. We're going to do this right now. Right? But let's look at market structure. So we had to change a character, retest. We had to break a structure. Look, price came back, retest that break, and then continue to drop. Right? Notice the first one faked like it was going to touch it. No, came on it and then pushed down. Even though we had a drop rise, had a variation. Right? But when we're trading, we're looking for price to go up. Right? Our 30-minute hasn't changed yet. Right? We got a new bottom. We got a new top. Right? So we're trading between this zone now. One thing to notice is the 4-hour, the 30 minutes, and the daily zones are all in sync. Right? When it comes to them, they're all in sync. Right? So technically, this goes up here. So not all of them are in sync. Right? Technically, this is up here. But the daily and the 30-minute are in sync with the breaker structure retest of the 4 hours. So we got a lot of confluences here. Why to take this trade? So this trade, we hopped onto the lower time frame. You got that retest, right? You got push 1, push 2, push 3. You had an anchor. Do we have an engulfing candle that cleared with no wick? No, we don't. Right? So we don't have that. Next thing, identify my flip zone. Flip zone is right here. Right? Do we have a confirmed break of the flip zone? Yes, we do. Put the line. We do. We have a confirmed break. This candle is not touching and it closed above. Price came back. We don't have a wick, but we have a test. Price then came above. So where would I have opened up my trade? Was in this engulfing candle over here. The trade would have opened there, but I was already done. You notice this is 255. I was watching my other trade get out and I couldn't do it. So let's say we got in there, stop loss, max 13 pips, TP, quick calculation. would have been 78 minus 33, 52 pips from the low. 52 pips. Long position. Here. Take profit over there, right? You're risking 15 pips for 38 pips. That's a little bit above 2 to 1. That's a 2.53 risk to reward. That's what you need, at least a 2 to 1. Right? This is to be safe. I would have probably put it here to keep it real. Right? A lot sizes are a little bit bigger. So I have to be a little bit sharper. Right? So would have been there. And you would have got cashed out at 9:55 a.m. right after the open of New York. I was tired. I was in there to babysit this, guys. But this is what I mean about clean trade. 2 to 1. Rules are intact, top to finish. You got your target. You got your entry rules. You got everything. This is where you'll catch a good trade. You catch a good trade, right? So now, what's the play for today? Same thing. Retest that 4-hour low, that 4-hour BOS. I'm gonna turn that back on. Price come back here. That's where I want to trade from. There's no other place that I would want to trade from but the lows again. Price to retest the low to come back up. Give me a retest. Look at the 4-hour. Right? Price retest and then gives me that push back to the top. Again, if you look at this from a market structure standpoint, we have 30-minute change of character, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? The expectation is the lower low. That's the expectation for the lower low. So that's why we need to wait for the whole truth to come out, not just half of the truth. Touch a line, I'm taking an entry. No, I need to see all the other things for me to participate. Right? So USD CAD is still on for me. Right? Weekly wise. USD CAD, I don't know. Why is it green? Oh, we had the previous 372. Okay. Turns it blue. Gold. Gold was an easy trade yesterday. Why? It's a 372. Third day of rise. Everything is up. Right? Very easy trade. Retest the low. Right? And again, same rules. Three pushes. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Right? Big. More than a W on here. Right? Told you. Anchor could be one type of anchor. Right? That anchor has 3 different variations. First leg shorter. Right? Equal. Next one is higher. Right? Anchor. Then we also have V bottoms, and then we have multiple hits before the push out, right? What was this one? This one's multiple hits before they left, right? The telltale sign is the little details. Notice how the closures gets higher. The closures are higher, even though they're holding. The closures are higher. Little details, right? The price left. You were waiting for retest here. No, you didn't get the retest, right? You got to break a structure. You got to break. Did you get a retest? Retest for the continuation, right? Then you also got flip zone. Price cleared the zone, right? Didn't come back and retest, but Wix did. This is another entry up here if you missed the BOS retest. So there was a couple little entries. And your take profit, you're still looking good. Tight stop loss, nice take profit, confirmed already pushing up. You cleared the zones already. You cleared trading off the low if you're wrong. You cleared change of character. You clear breaker structure retest. You cleared flip zone. So many things you cleared already, right? And you also got the third day into your favor. So there's a lot of things on gold that was lining up. I would have knocked out by that time. This time was the first entry signal. So gold was pretty good anyway. Gold gave us exactly what we needed. Another one. And next is US30. The dirty 30 yesterday gave us a rise. Going in on the dirty 30, what's the expectation? Same thing as AU, right? We have these higher highs, higher lows. We want price to retest where the breaker structure was, lower time frames to change over, lower low, lower high, to then for us to start participating, especially with US30, because US30 one bad move costs you a lot of money, right, on US30. For those of you who trade US30, you know exactly what I'm talking about. One bad move, just one bad move. You don't need too many moves. You don't need too many trades to blow your account on this one if you're not using proper risk management. So we want price to show a clean turnaround. Right now, we haven't seen it yet, but we're starting to see signs of it. Why? We're starting to see price giving new closures and new lows. And just take a look. What variation bottom would this be? Right? This will be one of these variations. Did it continue? Notice. Right? So it's developing nicely. Just let it be until it does it. Wait until it clears. We need the change of character up here. Right? We're in a nice place where they are going to reject from that 4 hour. Right? We did get a break below, confirmed break below it, wanted to break above it, right? Come back above. That back above will be confirmed once we get that change in our 30 minutes to start moving up. So that's what we're waiting for at this present time of moment. It's looking good. Probably get that on Friday. You know, Friday, it just moves Friday. Friday love to move. Friday is when they love to move the party. Look, Friday it moves. Friday prior to that, look how it moves. They love to move on Friday, so we'll move with them on Friday. Just let's wait. No rush. And last but not least, my brother from another made new highs yesterday. Making new highs already today. Made new highs yesterday. We did make a new high today. We didn't close above, but we made a new high. That's a beautiful thing. So we know we're going to get new highs today. Why? Because we had a previous 2 days of rise. So today we're going to get another day of rise. So we expecting a new closure above. We got one already, a slight one, right? That green candle closed above yesterday, right? So that's on the up and up. And I believe somebody yesterday, right, that was asking me for EURJPY, if you guys remember. Right, you guys watched yesterday's class. I said this either two targets. The 800 will be one, or the second target will be this breaker structure retest, right, up here, right? And look what it did. So for whoever that was yesterday, if you're in the class today, it did exactly what, the breakdown was for yesterday. You asked me to break this down, and it broke down exactly like it should, right? And if we go to the lower time frame, see if we can see what we need to see to take our trade, right? We need to see step one is 3 pushes. We have 1, right? We have 2, and then we have our 3 hits to the high. 1, 2, 3, boom, right? Then price just gave us one of these on a 5-minute chart, right? Price came back to retest the change of character. Make this yellow. Right? Price came back, change of character, retest. Right? We had our BOS. Price broke. Price broke again. Right? There was no clean entry. The shit just moved. Entries was up here. Flip zone. Clean break. Right? Came back, wicked. Without breaking it. How would I enter right here? Whoop. That's 81 pips. Let's look at the calculator. 141 minus 33%. 94 from the top. STP would have been here, right? So not a lot. It would have never been a trade I would have taken because we're already too into the trade. It wouldn't be enough risk to reward. Flip zone was right here. So you get in here. This is a 23 pip with a 14 pip, stop loss. Not enough risk to reward, right? But overall, did what it needed to do. Gave you a full daily ADR and some. ADR is 141, gave you 160. So a good one. So guys, that's it, I guess. So tomorrow we have AU, USD CAD, and US30 still on the books, right? AU is looking good, right? And USD CAD as well. So on the lookout for those guys. So tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern is the live trading room where these trades, if they reach the target, they will be taken in a live setting. So make sure to join the Discord, subscribe to the channel, and definitely give a thumbs up for this class. And I see you tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Thursday. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. also for this isolation class. So I'll see you then, guys.